And we're happy to do it. Our firm is Pollack, Isaac DeSico. Our phone number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. I actually got a call yesterday from some of our contacts over at the Jamaican consulate that had some legal questions that they needed answered. So we really have some wonderful connections here in the United States and abroad. So we're happy to do it. And we do things much, much differently than other law firms out there. Squeeze, you can certainly attest to that. You've worked with a lot of law firms in the course of your career. You and I have been working together for about 15 years. And we just do it differently here at PPID.
Definitely true. And speaking about law firms and speaking with the consulate, tomorrow we're gonna be speaking about P visas and O visas on the show in the morning at 9:30 a.m. So anybody who'd like to understand more about P visas and O visas, the entertainment visas and all of that stuff, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning at 9:30 with the immigration attorneys from the same firm that Adam Handler is a partner at. So make sure you check that out. That's tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. We're going to be talking about visas. But what I want to talk with Adam about today exclusively, it's about something that people say, Squeeze, you love it too much. All right. And I always say to them, yeah, because you'd be amazed if you get hurt. You need a lot of that to really survive the way you would have survived if you were not hurt. And what am I talking about? What do I love other than my kids and my family and people? It's what's right behind you now, Adam.
Look at my background right now.
Yeah,
for those of you listening on 93.5 FM, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your loyalty, your support. We're here for you. But if you can do us one favor, either now or later, check out the Case Handler on Facebook. Check out the Case Handler on Instagram, because you'll really be connected to more of an in-depth virtual experience with respect to the show. And if you're watching right now on Facebook, you can see behind me, it's raining. It's raining money. Squeeze, I'm making it rain for you today. And
you should get a jacket like that. You should get a jacket like that.
I should get a jacket. Who's to say I don't have a jacket like that, right? But with all seriousness, the money is there to compensate you when disaster strikes. The money is there to compensate you for the medical bills that you have incurred and are likely to incur in the future, the time out of work that you've missed and also probably will miss in the future. And then, of course, your pain and suffering, both what you've been through and what you're most likely to go through in the future. And that is a very, very serious task that's delegated to me as your attorney, because I can only give it one shot, right? You can never, ever, ever reopen a personal injury case. You got one chance to get it right. And that's why we say one chance, one choice, I'm your case handler. And you have to choose your weapons carefully, as you always say, Squeeze, because once that case is settled, or once the jury decides how much you get, you are bound by that. You are stuck by that. The attorney moves on to their next file, but the client lives with that result for the rest of their life. So when you hear these stories about us settling cases for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for our clients, that's money that has to be maximum compensation for them. They had one chance to get as much money as possible for their injuries. Now, again, everything is commensurate with the injury, right? If you're not that hurt, you don't get a lot of money. But if you are extremely hurt, the compensation down there with the right attorney fighting for you will be there to make sure that you have peace of mind knowing you can be taken care of literally for the rest of your life. And that's what we've done on a lot of our bigger cases, is make sure that the clients are taken care, not even the clients, their families are taken care of for the rest of their life. They should have nothing to worry about if serious disaster strikes, Squeeze.
Absolutely. And once again, folks, that's one of the reasons why, I get on this radio program every day and we speak about Adam, because it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. It's life. We were born, and I'm being a little bit morbid in the latter part here, and we're all going to die. In between, there's so many things that happen, and one of them is accident or accidents, plural. And when these accidents do happen, I know we get on here and we talk about it so much. I'm like, how could they talk about accidents and people getting hurt? We don't want that to happen. Why are you putting that out in the atmosphere? Why are you putting that out there? Lo and behold, folks, it's going to happen. It's just the way life was designed.
And that's why, insurance companies are out there. If accidents didn't happen, Geico would be out of business. Liberty Mutual, Progressive, Allstate, State Farm, all these companies would be out of business because nobody would need insurance because accidents aren't happening, right? But that is just not what happens. I think everybody out there listening to this show right now or watching the show right now, hopefully it's not you, but everybody knows of a terrible situation that has befallen somebody, right? Mm-hmm. It's just reality. It's just human nature. People, win the lottery, people get promoted in their jobs, people start families, people, can get signed by a major record label. Good things do happen, but bad things happen too. And really, what are you going to do to prepare yourself if, God forbid, that unfortunate series of events occurs in your family? And Squeeze, what you can do to prepare is just know that we're out there. Again, I truly, truly hope that you never have to call me. What kind of businessman, I'm an attorney, but, still have a business to run. What kind of businessman says, I hope you never call me? And I truly believe that, and I truly mean that, Squeeze. I hope that people out there never need to call the case handler. Because if you have to pick up the phone and reach out to the case handler, something terrible has happened. But rest assured that, God forbid, that situation happens, that you are going to be treated like family. That is why we're out here. That's why we're here day in and day out telling you about our firm. So in the back of your head that whether it's an injury case or legalizing your status here in the United States or adjusting your status here in the United States, that there are attorneys out there that are going to be doing it very, very differently than the other attorneys that you hear either on this radio station or elsewhere. That attorneys are going to treat you like family, not like a file, and treat your case like it's their most important case. So as long as they're out there, we're out there, ladies and gentlemen, as long as Pollack, Isaac DeSico is a full service law firm, as long as the case handler is going to fight for you like you're his mother, brother, sister, wife, uncle, cousin, then we've done our job every morning, Squeeze.
Absolutely. So once again, folks, it's very serious, and I'm very, very happy that Adam added to that. It's going to happen. We're going to get hurt. If it's not you, it's someone else, or it's someone that you're close to. It's going to happen, and there are different kinds of accidents. All right. The one that you hear the most about happens to be the automobile accidents. We hear a lot about that. Adam, we demonstrate on this show true success testimonies of people who got into automobile accidents and what Adam has done for them. But it's not only automobile accident. That's just the most common one from what I see. All right. But when these accidents do happen, the first thing that you want to do is get medical emergency.
Medical attention.
Second thing, huh?
Medical attention. You said medical emergency. Yes.
My brain is somewhere.
Emergency attention or medical attention.
Yeah, my brain is somewhere. I'm in Jamaica, dude. What do you want from me? All right?
Dude, the sun is baking your brain.
Yeah. Oh, it is. All right. It has. All right. So you want to get medical attention. And then after that, you want to make sure you make another phone call. And that phone call should be to the case handler, to the beast, to the shark. All right. To the man that is going to fight, as they would say, tooth and nail for you, to make sure that you don't just get some lousy little itsy bitsy settlement, which you actually deserve more. And that's what Adam does. He makes sure that you get the amount that you really, really deserve.
Right. And not every case is $1 million case, Squeeze.
No, not every case. Know that. But you make sure they get what they deserve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe sometimes a little bit more.
Right. Now, are there any cases where the insurance company is just offering people a settlement without attorneys or apart from the attorney? Does that happen?
It rarely happens. You're very hard pressed to have the attorneys on their own volition to do the right thing. In fact, some insurance companies, Progressive Insurance Company, for example, is notorious for this, that you'll get into an accident and then, 2 days later, knock, 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 somebody's on the door. We're so sorry that you got into an accident. We have got some papers here that we want you to sign, and here's a check for 500. People sometimes fall for it. They sign it. They don't realize that maybe their case is worth more, or even what to do in that process. They sign it and they waive their rights. So yes, insurance companies are definitely not on your side, especially the insurance companies for the other vehicle, right? One would like to think that your insurance company is on your side, but that's, in my experience, that's not true either. So people say, oh, I'm just dealing with my insurance company, I don't need a lawyer. Well, trust me, dude, your insurance company, the second they can screw you over, they're gonna do it. In New York, for example, I'll give a perfect example. In New York or New Jersey, when you're in a car accident, you have your medical bills are covered by what's called no-fault insurance, right? No-fault insurance is insurance that you have on your vehicle that covers you and your passengers regardless of fault. So if a drunk driver going the wrong way down a one-way street hits your car, your insurance pays your medical bills, his or her insurance pays his or her medical bills, and then you can, of course, go after the other insurance for pain and suffering, but your insurance company pays your medical bills, okay? But that's not indefinite. A couple of months after the accident, the insurance company sends you to one of their doctors who checks you out. And what do you think that doctor says, Squeeze? What do you think that doctor 9 out of 10 times is saying?
Pray tell.
Oh, they're not hurt anymore. They've made a full recovery. They don't need any more medical treatment. We shouldn't be paying for any more therapy, time out of work, surgery, x-rays, or MRIs, right? I've had situations where literally a client, their leg was basically detached, and the insurance company goes, "Oh, they're fine now. They've maxed out. They'll be much better. They don't need any more medical treatment." And we got to fight that. So we're not only fighting the other insurance companies, please, we're fighting your insurance company. So, it's usually a two-sided battle, and you got to make sure that you have an attorney that's going to fight for you and make sure that all your benefits coming to you are compensated for: your medical, your wages, and your pain and suffering. And, we usually post on our True Life Success Stories, what we get from the other side. What we sue for and what we win, but we don't really talk about the other things we do for the client, like get all the medical bills paid or get the time out of work compensated for. And that really is, just as important as that pain and suffering award, because if you can't make ends meet, if you're out of work for 6 months and you got your cell phone, you got your rent, you got your car payments, you got to make sure that you got money coming in, and we fight for you to make sure that that's happening. You got medical bills, right? You don't want your medical bills piling up. Sometimes these cases, I got one case, Squeeze, this guy get hurt on the job. His medical bills are over $400,000 at this point.
Wow.
400 grand. Now, granted, his injuries were ridiculously serious, but $400,000, and we've gotten every penny of that covered. And that's what we do here. That's what the case handler does. Get you the best result, get you the maximum amount, and get all those benefits due you coming your way.
There you go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, his name is Adam Handler. He's with the firm PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. It's Christmas week, and we're talking about accidents. And now it doesn't sound right, but like I said, it's just when they happen. So right now, call this number. I know you may not need it right now, but dial it, store it in your phone. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPIDLAW. 844-774-3529. Adam and I, we have made a commitment to everyone tuning into this station, regardless of the program that you're listening to, that this information is very necessary for you. You will hear Adam at the top of the hour, not to be compared with others, all right? He has separated himself by millions of dollars, well over $120 million for his clients. We're about to get to a true success story by him because it's Testimonial Tuesdays. And I want everybody, make the link, Naman, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Store it. You don't need it now, but store it. Because when you have a slip and fall, when you have a medical malpractice accident, when you have a construction accident, everybody who are on construction sites, you work on construction sites, you don't work there, but you happen to be there, and an accident happened to you, this is the man that you need. He has settled millions of dollars in that capacity. His name is Adam Handler. He's with the firm PPID, 225 Broadway. You don't need to go above the third floor. See, one person just stored a number. Their numbers start with 998. Won't give any more. All right? That's what I'm talking. Now the calls come in. 844-774-3529. One of the smartest things that you can do is actually take the number of this attorney, the case handler, Adam Handler, 844-774-3529. So, true success stories, Testimonial Tuesdays. What is it? Well, Adam Handler, the shark, the beast, the hot stepper, the Christmas boy, he was born on Christmas Day, will demonstrate. Adam.
Well, listen, you know, we're on here every day promoting my practice, you know, promoting the case handler, promoting PPID. And that's all, you know, well and good. You know, everything I say, you can take to heart. It's facts, it's truth. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't embellish anything. You know, really what I say, I do, and what I do, I say. But, you know, take it one step further. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Squeeze's word for it. Don't take the other DJs on this radio station that have endorsed me, you know, for nearly 2 decades. Don't take their word for it. You should take the word of those who unfortunately have come before you that never expected to get into that accident, that disaster struck. And I'm happy to share. I'm happy to share, you know, some stories with you. Hold on 1 second here. What am I doing? I'm off my game today. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you listening on 93.5 FM, if you can do so now or later, you know, check out the case handler on Facebook. Check out the case handler on Instagram, or just even check out thecasehandler.com and go to the results page, because you'll see exactly what we're talking about. You know, hundreds and hundreds of people, you know, millions and millions of dollars. I mean, Squeeze, you can shout out some of these numbers right now. These are big boy numbers.
5.2 million, 5 million, 3.8 million, 3.4, 2.65, 2.5, 2.5, 2 million, 1.9, 1.8, 1.8, 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.5, 1.075. We're talking about millions of dollars here. Ladies and gentlemen, 925, 890, we're talking $1,000. This is unbelievable. These are all settlements that this man, Adam Handler, this man, the attorney, this man, the beast, this man, the shark, this man, the hot stepper, has settled. And
let's talk about a case that we settled only, you know, a few days ago. You know, this is a client, a New Jersey case. I'll explain to you why that is. He picked up his check. I mean, you can see the date there, 12/22. Just picked up the check, $300,000. This is a case that Matthew and I worked on together. Matthew, my associate, took the lead on this one, did an amazing job. $300,000 settlement, tax-free to this guy. He just picked up the check the other day. I mean, unbelievable. And Squeeze, if you could read that quote from me, I would be extremely appreciative.
My case was handled very well. My coworker told me about the case handler team, and now I'll be telling everyone about them too. This is Carey from Brooklyn. $300,000 in settlement by way of the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, by way of the case handler Adam Handler, by way of the beast, the shark, the hot stepper who goes after the money. $300,000 settlement. And this accident took place at 9/11, 2018.
Yep, it did. Yep. 9/11 of 2018. So it took a little over 2 years to litigate this case, which, listen, during a pandemic when basically you've lost a year is pretty damn quick.
Mhm.
This was an interesting case. He was driving in Connecticut, right? He's a New York resident, lives in Brooklyn. He's
Right.
driving in Connecticut and gets rear-ended by another vehicle. And that driver was a New Jersey resident, right? So the way these cases work, you can't bring the case in New York because New York has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. So we could either bring the case in Connecticut because the accident happened in Connecticut, or we can bring the case in New Jersey because the driver, the defendant, is a New Jersey resident and New Jersey would have jurisdiction over that driver. I'm not licensed in Connecticut. I'm licensed in New Jersey. So obviously we venued the case in New Jersey. Matthew is licensed in New Jersey as well. So very interesting that we have a Connecticut accident with a New York resident, but the case is brought in New Jersey. And look at this car. Look at Carey's car. Look at the back of that van. Can you describe for those listeners right now that are not on Facebook what you're seeing?
What the hell hit that? It's unbelievable. The doors on the back of the van are all sunken in. Even over the wheel well, it's all crumpled. That's the back. Now you come to the side of the vehicle.
And then he was forced into the guardrail, so the front is all crushed in too. I mean, whoever wakes up in the morning and thinks that they're going to get into an accident like this? It's just nobody, of course. But as Carey said in his quote, my coworker told me about the case handler team, and now I'll be telling everybody about them too. That's how our business has grown over these 17-year squeeze. People have been listening to us on the radio, giving us the honor of being their attorney, having an excellent result. I think I started using the word exceptional because I really do had an exceptional result, and then passed our information along to somebody else when unfortunately they needed the same amount of help. So we can never guarantee a similar outcome in a case, but if you want an attorney that does exceptional work and makes you feel like family and not just a file, I highly suggest that you remember the case handler, that you Google the case handler, that you call the case handler. For anything you need, Pollack, Isaac DeSico, we're a full-service law firm here in Manhattan. Personal injury, immigration, criminal defense, real estate, and of course, through the end of this year, Squeeze, we are giving those free phone consultations. We only have about 8 days left of this, 9 days left of this. If you want your legal question answered for free over the phone, whether it's personal injury, immigration, or whatever it is, no strings attached, no gimmicks here. You want free legal advice with respect to your case, immigration, personal injury, you call our phone number. We will answer it for free over the phone. 844-774-3529. Save this number, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give it out a few times. 844-774-3529 or 844 PPID law, 844 PPID law. That's the initials of our firm. PPID is Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. I'm down with PPID. Squeeze, I'm pretty sure you're still, even though you're in Jamaica, you're still down with PPID, right?
Come on, man. You know me. Anywhere in the world I am, I'm down with PPID.
I'm just checking. So we do things differently. I've been around on this radio station for 15 years. Some people say I'm the most celebrated attorney on this radio station, and it's for good reason, because I try to do the right thing. No, I do the right thing every single time. Good luck with the people you hear at top of the hour. Good luck with the people you hear later on in the day. Often imitated, never duplicated. I am your case handler. 844-774-3529, 844 PPID law. Are you down with PPID, ladies and gentlemen? That's the question. Are you down with PPID?
Thank you all so much. Prior results will not guarantee a similar outcome. Have yourself an amazing day.
It's 10 o'clock.
There you go. That's what it is. So Facebook listeners, viewers, do me a favor. Can you please share that with everyone that you know on Facebook? Just share this link that you're watching so that anyone that needs a personal injury attorney, tell them to go with a case handler, especially in New Jersey and New York. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I am David Squeezaniki of the Link Up Media Group of Companies. My colleague here and my co-pilot here, of course, Adam Handler.
And friend, more importantly.
And friend. I invited him and his wife to come to Jamaica and hang out with me, but she's got so much to do over the holiday. But hey, the invitation still stands.
Soon, my brother, soon.
Okay, no problem. My son's coming.
I know. I was excited. I was just gonna mention that. Has your family arrived yet? That was the question I had for you.
Coming, But anyway, thank you all so much. It's been great. I love you all, people. Adam loves you all. We appreciate you more than you think or even know. We really, really seriously do. This is what really matters, family. And that's what we all are. That's what PPD is. That's what Link Up Media Group is. That's what the case handler himself is. And he's a partner at the firm. Thank you all. Have yourself an amazing day and spread the word about everything we do. Thank you so much. 844 PPID law. That's 844-774-3529. Have yourself, like I said, an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing holiday. We're out.